I'm Bob Andeweg, Mayor of Urbandale. Every year, I present the State of the City address, and we use the occasion to celebrate our achievements, acknowledge our collective efforts, and reaffirm our commitment to this community. Thank you for joining me virtually. Tonight, we will showcase the significant strides we have made over the past year. From the smallest of details to the grandest of projects, we have excelled in delivering the essential services that make Urbandale the exceptional place it is. Urbandale's department directors will help shine a light on the achievements that have shaped our community. We will highlight the growth of our city, the economic opportunities that have emerged, and the steps we have taken to ensure a financially strong and prosperous future. So, as we begin this journey together, I hope this video will inspire, inform, and ignite a sense of pride in our accomplishments, reminding us all of the potential that lies ahead. Let me take a moment to tell you about the vision we have for Urbandale. As your mayor, it is my honor to lead our city, and together with the City Council, we have crafted a vision that will continue to elevate Urbandale to new heights. Our vision is clear and resolute. We are determined to be a premier community for all generations, a place where families thrive, businesses flourish, and dreams are realized. In Urbandale, we embrace the values of inclusivity and sustainability, ensuring that every resident feels welcomed and that future generations can enjoy our community too. We recognize the paramount importance of great neighborhoods and quality housing. We want every street, every block to convey a sense of pride and belonging. By investing in our neighborhoods, we invest in the well-being of our residents and the strength of our community. We're committed to creating an environment where businesses thrive and can even compete on a global scale. We're positioning Urbandale as a magnet for innovation and entrepreneurship, attracting companies that bring jobs and opportunities for our residents. From cutting-edge technology firms to startup endeavors, we're shaping a business landscape that defines what excellence means in the Des Moines Metro. But we are more than just a collection of neighborhoods and businesses. We are uniquely Urbandale, a city that stretches from east to west with its own distinct character. From our parks and trails to the vibrant community events that unite us, every aspect of our city embodies the vision of being a premier community. As mayor, together with the City Council, we are dedicated to creating great neighborhoods and ensuring quality housing options for our residents. We are carefully planning for future growth and attracting businesses that want to locate and expand in the Des Moines Metro. Our sound financial policies have contributed to making Urbandale a financially strong city, as evidenced by our AA1 bond rating and the prestigious GFOA award, which we have received consecutively for 40 years.
Quite simply, the comprehensive plan is the outline for the community as how you wish to grow. It outlines where residential development should take place, where commercial and industrial activity should take place. It should look at your boundaries and borders and to see where they are now and where they may go into the future. As the community has grown, we are at 46,000 people right now. And with our current land mass, we are projected to go upwards to 70,000 people. The update for the comprehensive plan is the most important tool that we have in front of us today to give us that map, that guideline to get us where we want to go. We're an award-winning city. We adhere to high professional standards, a good comprehensive plan, a straightforward, understandable, and transparent budget process, accessibility to the elected officials and senior staff. I believe those are really critical for a growing, inclusive community. At the heart of our work is fiscal responsibility and transparency. We understand the importance of being good stewards of taxpayer dollars, which is why we maintain a strong financial position and an impressive AA1 bond rating. I am proud of the collaboration and dedication of our city employees who work diligently behind the scenes to make Urbandale thrive. Their passion and commitment are the driving force behind our success. As residents of Urbandale, you can take pride in knowing that your city is led by a team of professionals who are dedicated to delivering the highest standards of excellence and making our community a truly exceptional place to live, work, and raise a family.
So over a decade ago, the Urbandale city leaders had the idea of improving interstate access in town. New interchanges at 100th Street, fixing the Highway 141 interchange, as well as adding a Meredith interchange. Doing that, we knew that we were going to be creating some opportunity along the corridor. This corridor is a place for lots of new development, and we've seen that. We've had 40 projects in the urban loop in the last 5 years. So it is manufacturing companies going into industrial buildings. It is warehousing projects. It's Class A office buildings. It's speculative office buildings. It's new retail centers and additional residential in the area. The projects here want great access to the metro and to the country. And being right along 8035 in the urban loop, it's exactly that. As a community, we're building a foundation for a prosperous future where innovation, collaboration, and the entrepreneurial spirit thrive. I'm honored to lead a team that's passionate about creating a diverse and sustainable economy for Urbandale.
We're in the process of doing a new comprehensive plan, which kind of sets those overall goals, those 30,000-foot goals of how you want development to occur in your community. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 70 to 75,000 is what Urbandale could grow to within our current corporate boundary. Does that make sense from an infrastructure standpoint and a services standpoint to even secure even more land out west so that we can have what can sometimes be very exciting conversations about growing that way? We have agreements in place with the city of Waukee to the south and with the city of Grimes to the north. So there's an established line between all three of our cities to where we all agree we're going to build within those areas. And so as we continue to move out west, it's really about a 2-mile swath from north to south that we would be building. But yes, we do look at that in terms of planning for all that infrastructure. Urbandale Sanitary Sewer District has been looking at that for years. You really want to have that sewer in place before development starts going that way. But I know that they're looking at that. Water is looking at that. Those are all the types of things you have to consider because you need to provide those services to those residents.
Our department works diligently to maintain our AA1 bond rating, which is a testament to our sound fiscal practices and policies. This rating allows us to secure competitive financing for our important infrastructure projects and demonstrates our city's overall financial health and sustainability. So a bond rating is effectively anybody that wants to sell a bond. So for a government, we go to Moody's Investor Service. It's a nationally, worldwide recognized rating agency. So what they do is they come and visit with the city. We show them our financial statements, walk through all of our ratios of assets to debt and revenue to debt and all of these key indicators, just like any business would have to prove to a bank that I'm a worthy credit risk. So AA1 is the second highest rating you can have. A AAA is the only thing above that. We're just not a big enough city to have that. We are one of the first communities in Des Moines area for sure, and in the state of Iowa that actually implemented a fiscal performance policy. So what that means for a citizen is things around revenue, things around debt. There's so common sense stuff to keep us out of trouble and keep us out of financial distress. That's why we're able to go into Moody's. We have a great fund balance. We're able to be flexible because we've been super financially conservative in how we approach each budget. So we have the ability to offset and absorb and react in an appropriate manner instead of just spiking our property tax levy out. We understand the importance of transparency and accountability in all things financial. We strive to provide residents with a clear understanding of how their tax dollars are being spent. We take pride in our ability to maximize the value of every dollar and ensure that taxpayer funds are allocated efficiently and effectively.
Well-built infrastructure like roads, bridges, and trails, as well as our commitment to sustainability, are the cornerstones of our city's progress. Our Engineering and Public Works Department has undertaken significant projects this past year, enhancing Urbandale's quality of life and contributing to its environmental benefits. We're implementing green initiatives across the city, including the addition of solar panels to our buildings, rainwater collection, and recycling programs. We're prioritizing infrastructure and complete streets to ensure the vitality and livability of our community. And we forge partnerships to help residents take advantage of energy savings initiatives in their homes as well.
So engineering and public works are two different parts of a department. The engineering department oversees all of our roadway construction and also all our subdivisions that get built, whereas the public works side is the one that plows your snow, takes care of general potholes, patchings.
At the engineering department, we are the driving force behind designing, maintaining, and building the infrastructure that makes Urbandale a great place to call home. Channels and streams naturally change over time as water flow changes from year to year. Even within a year, water flow can fluctuate greatly from low flows to high flows. The North Walnut Creek Bank Stabilization Project, the engineering department really focuses on protecting the health of Urbandale's infrastructure, both for today and for the years to come. Channels naturally change course, they change their banks, and those changes can cause problems in developed areas where there are things adjacent to the creeks. So we've got lots of parklands, lots of great creeks and streams, and when those change, they certainly impact the facilities we have in those parks, and so we're trying to protect that. We try to prioritize those areas that will impact infrastructure. It is natural for banks to change and erode, so it's not like we're trying to keep every bank the exact same way it is today. We're somewhat allowing for that process to happen. The engineering department is constantly working on projects, trying to be innovative, trying to look for new solutions to improve the infrastructure in Urbandale. Whether it's North Walnut Creek bank stabilization that helps protect adjacent properties, helps manage stormwater flows, or roadway projects that help increase accessibility and connectivity for Urbandale residents, we're just looking at all the ways that we can improve Urbandale and make it a better place to live. Living in Urbandale means that you're part of a community that is robust, that is forward-thinking, that is planning for the future. One of the goals of the engineering department is to make sure that happens, that we're looking both at current infrastructure and future infrastructure to make sure that residents have the facilities they need to thrive and grow.
When people recycle, they normally got enough room in their bin for plastic and tin and paper and things like that. It's when they have a big load of cardboard when they have to throw that extra cardboard away. So we have introduced initiatives like cardboard recycling and monthly bulk item drop-off to make waste management more convenient and eco-friendly for our residents. These efforts not only contribute to a greener environment, but also reflect our commitment to creating a sustainable future for Urbandale. It's down at the Parks and Public Works Facility, 9401 Hickman Road. Come in the main entrance, just look to your right, and there's a dumpster there. Our team is constantly working on innovative projects to enhance the functionality and environmental sustainability of our public spaces. From the installation of solar panels at the Parks and Public Works Maintenance Facility to the implementation of rainwater collection systems, we are actively promoting renewable energy and responsible resource management. We built the new Parks and Public Works Facility. It's an extremely efficient facility. I'll give you a little comparison. We've got about 5 times as much square footage under roof than we had with the old Parks and Public Works facilities separately. And right now we're only paying about 20% more in utilities on a yearly basis. So to begin with, we've got a real efficient facility. And the solar panels, they're estimated to have a payback of about 18 years and a life of about 30 years. So not only is it, not only is it good for the environment, hopefully in the long term, it'll pay for itself.
On our Parks and Public Works facility at 9401 Hickman Road, our next step is to add PV array system or solar panels to the roof. That will be able to generate approximately 70% of the power needed for the building. We're in the process of just getting started, bringing in the equipment to install those on the roof, and they should be in place by the end of this year. And then within the building, we set up a system where the gutters collect into a rain barrel that we're able to use that to fill water trucks and then water plants and other materials around the city. We understand that a well-maintained infrastructure is critical for a vibrant community. Our department is dedicated to ensuring safe and efficient transportation systems by overseeing infrastructure and road projects, as well as promoting the concept of complete streets. So when we refer to complete streets, we're referring to all modes of transportation. We want to accommodate the vehicles that are on the road. We want to take care of like bicycles, people walking, moms with strollers, those, just every mode of transportation. So we designed the street to still handle the traffic, but then we've lately gone to a wider combination walking path. And the biggest reason we've done that is, one, Urbandale is known for the number of miles of trails, so we're trying to accommodate the need that we have for people that want to be out and active. And by making those wider along the arterials, it really just opens up the city for people to get to parks and to other destinations. These initiatives not only enhance connectivity, but also improve the overall vitality and livability of Urbandale. Whether it's the North Walnut Creek Stabilization Project or the ongoing infrastructure and road project, our focus is always on delivering high-quality solutions.
Urbandale and the Neighborhood Finance Corporation, or NFC. NFC lends in a specific area of Urbandale from our east corporate boundary to 86th Street, North Aurora, and south to Heckman. Energy Advantage is the program where people can, whether they live in their home now or look to buy a home here, they can use that to make efficiency improvements to that home, such as windows, doors, weatherization, insulation, or even solar through the Polk County Grow Solar Project. And it gives them the option to get a loan for 0% interest and not have to pay that back until they either sell their home or refinance their home at some point in the future. We work diligently to establish partnerships and implement innovative programs that enhance the quality of life for our residents. This initiative is just one way that we demonstrate our commitment to environmental responsibility and financial well-being.
Urbandale continues to shine as a premier community, thanks to the notable accomplishments and initiatives of our dedicated departments. Our police department has made significant strides toward greater equity and inclusion, ensuring our police force serves the safety and well-being of all our residents. We launched a crisis intervention team that has been instrumental in enhancing our community's response to mental health crises. Our fire department is in the process of becoming nationally accredited to ensure that you have the highest standard of care when it comes to our emergency services. The Parks and Recreation Department is spearheading the opening of our first dog park later this summer, providing a place for our furry friends to enjoy. And let's not forget Miracle on 86th Street and the mobile recreation programs that bring joy and excitement to our community.
As the police department, our primary mission is to ensure the safety and security of our residents and create a community where everyone feels safe and protected. Through programs like the Crisis Intervention Team, we are proactively addressing mental health issues and providing the necessary support and resources to individuals in crisis.
What I would tell people is when this crisis intervention team concept came in front of us, I said, well, we've been handling mental health crises for the 30 years that I've been working. We always went to those calls and we always handled them. So now with our team, we have a sworn officer paired with a mental health professional. We can do follow-up with that and make sure that person doesn't go back into crisis again, or at least attempt to make sure that doesn't happen. Make sure they're making their appointments, make sure they're staying on their medication. They have specific knowledge of what mental health problem this person has. This crisis intervention team almost becomes like a mini caseworker team for that person. And it also gives them someone to call directly if they're starting to get into crisis. So the follow-up on the aftermath of the crisis is what I think is the hugest part of the crisis intervention team.
Through programs like the Crisis Intervention Team, we are proactively addressing mental health issues and providing the necessary support and resources to individuals in crisis. We believe in treating every person with dignity, respect, and compassion.
Most people don't look at a community's fire protection and say, oh, this is a great place to live. They got a good fire department. I'm going to move to the community. People move to the community for the other amenities, the bike trails, the parks and rec programs, the city as a whole, school districts, and that sort of thing. So as a fire service, we understand people don't generally think, well, what's the fire department like? Most people assume that the fire department's adequate to meet the needs that the community has. I can tell you all day long we have a great fire department. That's coming from the fire chief, and most fire chiefs are going to tell you they have a great fire department. Accredited departments have the ability to say, we know that our department's really good. And it's not about being an end pursuit, it's about continuous improvement. So just because we reach accreditation next year, which is the goal, we immediately start preparing for the next 5 years of reaccreditation, and that we'll have annual performance appraisals we'll have to do. We'll have annual evaluations of how we're doing things and what we can do to make things better. So it's a continuous pursuit of being better. Most departments are not accredited. Accredited still, there's a small number of departments. I think there's 6 departments, fire departments in the state that are accredited. So it's a relatively small number in the state. Nationwide's the same thing. I think there's only 1,300 or so departments that are accredited nationwide. Still today, it's a tremendous amount of work, and most people don't They would like to have that accreditation, but they're not prepared to do all the effort that it takes to get there. The Fire Department of Urbandale is dedicated to providing exceptional emergency services and safeguarding the lives and property of our residents. We take great pride in our commitment to excellence and our relentless pursuit of innovation and professionalism.
This is Urbandale's first dog park. We're really excited to finally be able to showcase and to provide that service to our community. So it's approximately 3-acre park for the dogs. So people are familiar with dog parks. There's a fence all the way around it, so dogs come in off leash. There's a small dog area and a large dog area. It'll be open year round, and consistent with most of the dog parks in the metro where it's a locked area, so you have to buy a dog park pass to get into the park.
Miracle on 86th Street came about because we wanted to highlight our beautiful parks in the wintertime, and we really wanted it to be a showcase, a destination, a place that families can come and enjoy in the wintertime for pictures, to really have a reason to come out with your family and enjoy the outdoors.
It's a great opportunity for the community to be able to enjoy the parks during the winter, because most of the time when people think parks and recreation is during the summer and activities. So the staff did an amazing job. I think over 50,000 lights were added to the trees throughout the park. And then we had a number of features like an arch over the sidewalk. So as you come in, it's kind of a really cool entrance into the park. Kids can interact with a wood train and a sleigh, so family pictures. It was a huge success. Because of the success of it, and the community really embraced it and really excited about it, we are looking to enhance and to add some features for this winter.
Mobile recreation came about from COVID. Actually, we were looking for a way to reach out to the community when they weren't able to come to us. So we had the idea, but we didn't have a vehicle to get us to and from the location. So we purchased the van this year. It's fully electric. We're very excited about that. We are able to go to parks on the west side of Urbandale and also on the east side and really meet people where they're at. So it's large. It has every game that you can imagine, kind of like the ice cream truck coming to the community or coming through the neighborhood. It's very bright. It's branded. They know it's us. They know it's safe. They know it's fun.
It's a really cool new thing that Urbandale has been doing for a couple of years now. And a lot of, obviously, when people think parks and recreation, you sign up for a class, I go to that location for, it might be a park, it might be a facility. And we have 57 parks in Urbandale. And we've got 37 playgrounds. So staff is going out to different parks throughout our park system during the summer and bringing essentially rec to the community.
Our commitment to our residents is exemplified through a wide range of programs and services. We join forces with other communities and businesses to launch the Central Iowa Basic Income Pilot Program, which helps provide the framework for a basic guaranteed income for people living in Central Iowa. We also launched the Urbandale Uplift Project this year, a program that brings our business community together to help better our community. We've doubled down on our efforts to enhance resident outreach, and our library has introduced innovative programs that engage and inspire our community. We are empowering our youth through programs like Mat Camp and mobile recreation, and we're ensuring that our older adults have access to enriching programs and resources for an enhanced quality of life.
Mid-Iowa Health Foundation is the spearheading leader for Uplift, a Central Iowa Basic Income Pilot project. And a Basic Income Pilot project is a guaranteed income for a specific amount of people for a defined length in term. And so in the Uplift project, it is $500 a month for 110 participants for 24 months. There is no restriction on what the participant can spend their $500 a month on. So it could be for food, it could be for clothing, medical care, or it could be for groceries. So there is no restriction on it. It's just an additional income above and beyond what they're currently earning today. Oftentimes, Urbandale, as well as private partners and people who work in the nonprofit world, really deal with the crisis mode of poverty. And so it's finding people who are food insecure, they don't have housing or adequate housing. And so we all spend throughout the metro a lot of time and effort and funds on making sure that we help those most in need at their most critical hour in time. A basic income pilot project such as the Uplift one really gets to look at the definitive and root causes of poverty. So why do people come into food crisis or food insecure? Why do people have housing challenges? Why do people have healthcare challenges? And by giving them a defined amount of money every month, data is collected both from those 110 participants as well as 250 that are the control group throughout this. And that data allows the outcome to tell you where should funds and resources be most directed in the future to help alleviate people from coming into moments of crisis. So it's being proactive instead of reactive.
So through our retention visits that we had with employers coming out of the pandemic, we noticed that there was kind of detachment from community, that businesses were really focused on what they needed to do as a business, but community engagement, the corporate citizenship had kind of languished and it hadn't been fired back up. We saw that as economic development professionals, and what quickly rose to the top was to do a volunteer day, to get volunteer business teams coordinated to do good work for good nonprofits in Urbandale. And the Urbandale Uplift Project was born. So in 2022, we had the first Uplift Project. We had over 215 volunteers on 20 business teams, helping out 20 nonprofits. It was an exceptional day. And then there were 3 goals with the Uplift Project. The first was to have the business community engaged and have team building with their colleagues, with their fellow employees. The second was to get business teams to go and interact with our area nonprofits. The nonprofits had also felt that distance with the business community throughout the pandemic. And then third, it was to have fun. Businesses helping out our community makes them want to stay in their community.
I hope that all residents see City Hall as a resource. The reason we're here is to serve the residents. As the city clerk, my department plays a crucial role in ensuring transparency, accessibility, and effective governance for the residents of Urbandale. We are committed to providing exceptional service and support to both the community and the City Council. It's important for everyone to understand why the decisions are made, the information behind a decision that might be made during a council meeting. All of the council letters, the agendas, even down to the resolutions that are included in the packet are all searchable. We've invested in technology to be a transparent government. One of the things I've enjoyed being able to tell people is that the packet becomes available to the public at the same moment that it becomes available to the council members. So they are getting information in real time. Everything from the routine things like our bill lists. If you wanted to see all the bills that we've paid in the last 2 weeks, they are in the council packet. If you want to see all the licenses and the businesses that come through, those are in the council packet. The building permit report, all of those things, that's data received by the council to inform them on doing their job. It's also data that is readily available to the public now through the agenda portal. We strive to keep residents informed about important city decisions, upcoming events, and opportunities for public input. We are dedicated to utilizing technology and innovative solutions to enhance resident outreach and participation. Living in Urbandale means having a city government that values transparency, accountability, and resident involvement.
So the Urbandale Library, I like to think of it really as a regional library. We have a ton of different resources that are, for the most part, free to anyone that has a library card. It's sort of that traditional collection where we've got our children's items, our teen items, our adult items. We've got STEM kits to help kids learn about engineering, science, and technology. We've got computers, we've got printers, which are always very popular. We've got study rooms if people want to have a individual study session or do it with a group. Nationally, as well as in Iowa and the Des Moines Metro, there's been this push to eliminate overdue fines on items. And the whole goal and the whole thought behind that is to simply reduce barriers for people to check out items. We've got a story walk that's located over at the Walker Johnston Park, and that's really been a great collaboration with the Parks and Rec Department, where we have a number of different stands that are located on the trail that goes around the park. About every 2 months or so, we choose a new picture book, and then we put the pages of that picture book on each one of the stands. So it's kind of a fun experience, I think, for families to go all the way around the pond and to also enjoy a nice story while they're doing that. Storytime at the Parks is a fun event that we do throughout the summer, and that's when we choose a different park each week to do our story time at. We think the story time in the park is a fun way of getting library services more out in the community, and so we try to do a story time, at parks on the east side of Urbandale and the central side of Urbandale, and then also the west side. Our library is not just a place for books, it's a hub of innovation, learning, and community engagement. We take great pride in offering innovative programs that cater to the diverse interests and needs of all of our residents. From interactive workshops and educational seminars to engaging cultural events, we strive to create a vibrant and inclusive space where residents can connect, explore, and learn.
So MAC Camp stands for Making a Connection, and we are in our 13th year of MAC Camp, which we're very proud of. We do a camp for over 100 kids. Right now it's at 2 sites, which is Karen Acres and Olmsted, looking to spread that to 3 sites next year. Teachers identify the kids for the camp. A traditional camp experience, we do crafts, we do dodgeball, we do all that kind of thing, but we also take the time to talk about manners. We talk about going to college and what that looks like. We talk about what it means to be a good community member and what it means to be a good friend. We are setting them up for success. Since we're in our 13th year, we have kids going to college for the first time that were MAC graduates, and it's been really, really amazing to see. We believe that a thriving community is built upon the active involvement and well-being of all of its members. We aim to foster a strong sense of community, connection, and pride among our residents. We invite you to explore the exceptional programs and services we offer, as together we continue to make Urbandale a remarkable place to call home.
The city is passionate about promoting active aging and empowering older adults to live their best lives. So at the Senior Recreation Center, we offer a wide variety of programs for our older adults. We have education workshops, we have fitness classes, wellness workshops, we have cardio equipment, day trips, educational programs, social groups, and special events. The Senior Recreation Center is well supported by the City of Urbandale. The support that the City Council gives to the Senior Recreation Program provides a good opportunity for quality of life for older adults in Urbandale. Some of our most popular activities are our fitness classes, but beyond just fitness, our seniors really like to get to know other people and find ways to enjoy their time, whether that's a day trip or playing in a league with friends. It's a good way to meet new people and get engaged and connected. I think the magic behind what we do is that we're part of the Parks and Recreation Department, so we're structured to continue to provide those fun and recreational activities for people through all stages of their life. We are always actively looking to work with our participants to develop the programming they're looking for. So if there are seniors that are looking for something to do, have an idea of something that they enjoy, we would love to hear about it and help develop that for the rest of the community.
As I conclude this State of the City address, I want to express my profound pride in calling Urbandale home. Together with the City Council, we remain committed to realizing our vision for the future. I extend my deepest gratitude to our exceptional community and dedicated city employees who contribute to our success every single day. Let us continue to collaborate, engage, and work towards a brighter future for Urbandale, from east to west. As your days turn into weeks and weeks into years, I encourage you to take advantage of our wonderful trail system, visit a new park, introduce yourself to that new neighbor that just moved in across the street, or take an opportunity to volunteer, such as at our food pantry or a UCAN, knowing that together we will shape the destiny of our city.